video is about lithography on a lino plate. It's a really cool and expressive way of printmaking. You can combine expressive textures and marks that are only possible in lithography, as well as creating a relief print on your lino plate afterwards. You can combine carving out your plate with relief print overlay on top of your lithography print. This technique relies on a simple principle of oil repelling water. And once you get your head around this technique, you can achieve some brilliant results. This will only work with a traditional lino plate and traditional oil-based ink. Stay open inks don't really work with this technique because they are slightly soluble in water. Hope you enjoy the video. So first of all, we have to prepare our lino plate. So I'm sanding it with a fine grained sanding paper, and then I'm applying a wire wool, steel wool, to sort of smooth down any scratch marks that sanding paper might have created. Then I'm just brushing off all the residue from sanding, and this is a test to show you non-sanded lino doesn't retain water like sanded lino, and this is why you need to do this. This is my design that I'm going to kind of roughly loosely go off, and this is a Tusche stick that I'm going to dissolve in distilled water. We need to use distilled water for this effect of reticulation, which is a watercolor-like effect, so we don't have any impurities. So I'm first of all putting some distilled water onto my plate, and then I'm going to drop some dissolved Tusche stick, which is a lithography material, to create this kind of watercolor-like wash. Whatever it comes out in the final print or not, it's quite a difficult thing to achieve, but you will get some gradation, so it's definitely worth trying it out. It's a very unique effect to get in printmaking anyway, so it's quite fun to do. Oh, little splash at the end as well. So lithography on lino is really good fun because you can really play about and be quite loose with your lithography marks, and then in the end you can use the same plate to create some reduction lino print. So this is lithography ink, and you can dilute it or you can use it in its pure form. I'm here using it in its pure form, which will make it darker. So I'm just creating some loose brush strokes, and I'm hoping those brush strokes will come out in a print. There'll be some hopefully darker and lighter area. And I'm just putting some fingerprints. Yeah, fingerprints are really good fun as well because it's a lovely loose effect as well you can get in this lithography technique. And litho crayon is, this is a really soft litho crayon, so I'm drawing with it, and I'm hoping to get really lovely texture as it is a soft crayon. And little rain droplets as well, a bit of mark making. So when you finish, you have to spray it with some powder, talcum powder or white chalk, and that will create a good surface for the gum arabic to attach better to the plate and etch the plate better. So this is gum arabic. Mine is quite thick and gloopy, quite dark, and put it all over the plate, and that is called the etching of the plate. As you can see, it's still wet. You have to wait for it to dry. Some people say 24 hours, but if you have a nice warm sunny day or an airing cupboard, it could be a lot quicker. You just basically touch it with a finger and see if it's dry. Mine is dry now, and I am washing off the gum arabic. I've got my ink ready. So you can just use running water, but if you've got some persistent bits sticking, you can use a sponge. It needs to be a clean sponge. You really don't want any greasy marks on your plate, on your non-image areas. If you enjoy watching my videos and would like to help to support me to make more videos, you can do it in 3 ways. You can either like and subscribe, which is a great help already. You can become my channel member and get extra perks and extra content as well as monthly meetups by clicking on join button on my homepage of the channel, or you can do a super thanks on an individual video or donate to my channel. Thanks for watching. So it needs to be really wet, the plate. You need to keep wetting it and then applying the ink, and apply the ink, wet it, apply the ink, wet it several times to get enough ink onto your plate. And you will see that as it will darken. As you can see, it's darkening. The areas, the image areas are getting darker and fuller with ink. So after this process is repeated enough times as you feel you've got enough ink on your plate, just give it a last wipe with your sponge at the end and place it on a press. You want to use a 300 GSM paper. I've got these runners here which you will see they're made from paper and they will stick to my paper, so it's better to have them made from lino. A 300 GSM wetted paper will receive the print better. So I had a bit of a problem where my paper got stuck to the plate here, and I think the pressure on the press might have been a little bit too hard, and those paper runners are really not good. I have actually improved this by adding lino runners. Yeah, cardboard runners might get stuck to your paper. The print overall, this was like a bit of a proof print, and I was like, okay, it's got a potential, but I think I need to do some more work to it. And as you will see, I have done some more carving into the lino plate in a minute. So after having a look at my proof print, I decided to carve out some areas in my lino print, trying to stay away from the non-image areas. Don't want to get it greasy. You don't want to get. I have washed my hands beforehand, but yeah, you don't want to put any greasy marks onto your plate. So it's a bit tricky trying to carve out but not touch the plate with your fingers. Yeah, I got some marks on the trees and some foreground, and I've got a very thin sort of carving tool which is really good at creating those very fine lines. So I thought that will make a really nice addition to this print. So I have printed it the second time. All the procedure of wetting and inking up was the same. So here we go, my disastrous sticking to the runners situation. Not to worry, it's far enough from the actual print. I can always cut them off, not a total disaster. But as you can see, the print comes out really nice. It's a lovely print. I really like it, how it's come out. Very nice. So you can see in the middle I've got this sort of reticulation area, which is a wash, a Tusche stick wash. I've got some nice mark making. I've got this crisp line from carving out. But now I'm ready for my relief stage, and I'm going to carve out a little bit more for that step. So after I've printed 3 or 4 images, you can print probably more. I'm doing a bit more carving because now I'm going to use reduction lino relief printing on top of my prints, and I'm going to just roll ink all over in one color and then 2 colors. You can clean your image area. You can get this lithography ink off by just applying some greasy some oil and just cleaning it with a bit of detergent just to have a clean plate. The nice thing about this is that your image area doesn't get completely cleaned off. You will still get a ghost on it, which is good because it's a really good guide to when you want to carve out. Here I'm just giving it a good clean just to try to get off. As you can see, it doesn't quite come off, which is actually quite good. You can still roll ink over it and it won't affect it. So I'm just rolling a sort of combination of yellow and sienna, and I'm going to print it on top of my print. Here I've got a lino runners, which are much better than paper runners. Stupid idea it was. Anyway, lesson learned. Here we go, just putting it through the press and doing a relief print on top. And these two colors go quite nicely. It's the sort of black and white image with a bit of white from my carving during the second stage. And here we go. So I've decided then to do another print, but with two colors, and just adding a little bit of turquoise, which kind of nicely gels with this yellow sienna color into a green. That kind of lovely blend. And I've carved out a little bit more, I think, on the second one. And running it through the press again to print this relief print on top. And here we go. So the second one is sort of got two colors, not quite lined up, as you can see at the bottom. I've got a bit sticking out, but I really like this print. I think it looks awesome. I love the combination of black and white of the lithography and the color of the relief print at the bottom. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you at the next one.